Super Bowl 56 is now in the books. But true to form, what has people talking afterwards on the morning after, all the news sites, all the controversy, doesn't necessarily surround the game, but it surrounds the halftime show. And it feels only fitting that when you talk controversy, you've got rappers like Eminem, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar on deck, and who we're speculating and having a lot of back and forth with this morning as the news continues to roll in. So for those who didn't see my reaction a little bit earlier, we witnessed Eminem take a knee, pay homage to Colin Kaepernick. And that was an important statement that M wanted to make. We know how he feels about these issues. We know how much hip hop has given to Eminem, how much characters like Dr. Dre has given to Eminem, how many different rappers have inspired him. Eminem still considers himself a guest, but a very much well-loved and well-belonged guest in the house of hip-hop. So any chance that he gets to stand up for black issues, when, as he's put it, black people have literally saved his life and given him so much, he's going to do that. And he's going to do it on one of the biggest stages the world has ever seen. Now listen, you can agree with him taking a knee, you cannot agree with it, but at least appreciate that Eminem is not afraid to stand for what he believes in and to make a statement no matter what happens. And as different sources roll in this morning, there's been conflicting viewpoints on this one. And apparently, the NFL had words with Dre, had words with Eminem, and asked Eminem not to take a knee because they didn't want him stirring the pot. They didn't want too much controversy coming out of that one. Royce the 5'9", who's close with Eminem, as we know, on his Instagram, was posting this story, was talking about it. There was a lot of other artists and influencers around Eminem's inner circle who also spoke on this issue. And the NFL since then has come out and said, look, we've never punished or fined players for taking a knee. And it was the same with Eminem. Kind of we're not going to condone this, but we're not going to go against this behavior either. Obviously, if we wanted to say something, we would have stepped in. Now, of course, this could just be a well-marketed and well-planned PR move by the NFL just to make sure that they don't have any dirt left on their shoulders after a very vibrant and colorful Super Bowl Sunday. And the controversy doesn't stop there. Another one of our issues is yet again Snoop Dogg in the spotlight. I pointed it out on the reaction when Snoop was rocking the color of the Crypt bandana, had an entire outfit dedicated to it, and this was definitely one that the NFL leaked. This was one that the NFL said that they did not want to have happen. They expressed concerns with Snoop Dogg representing his gang background and his affiliation with the Crips, and they asked him to tone it down, to not have any of that. So in true Snoop Dogg fashion, what does he do? He starts throwing up C signs. He starts Crip walking all over the stage and rocking the full blue bandana. I'm pretty sure that Roger Goodell is in hospital this morning trying to recover from the seizure and raised blood pressure that he had after watching last night's show. I can't imagine the back and forth that Dre had with the NFL in planning all this. I would have paid any amount of money to just be a fly on the wall in some of those meetings. And the amount of no's I'm sure that Dre heard, he did complain about it some, and he felt like they were constraining him. There was no cursing, if you noticed, during the performance. Also, Dre was asked kindly to remove his "Still Got No Love for the Police" lines, which of course he decided not to omit because, come on, this is about Compton. This is about the rebellion and the rap movements of the West Coast. I don't think it'd be fitting if Snoop Dogg isn't Crip walking his ass off across the stage and if Dr. Dre isn't throwing up 2 middle fingers to police around the world. It is what it is. This is hip-hop. If you don't like contact, if you don't like controversy, I think you're in the wrong genre, unfortunately. But look, people got to sell newspapers at the end of the day. I'm sure a lot of these stories are going to get overblown and overhyped. At the end of the day, we still had Dr. Dre. We still had 50. We still had Mary J. We still had Kendrick. We still had Snoop. We still had Eminem give just a landmark moment for hip-hop. Why it has taken this long for it to happen on the stage of the Super Bowl, I will not know. But I am glad that it is finally coming to fruition. I am glad that these artists finally had a chance to literally relive the nostalgia in all of us, and hopefully to inspire future generations of rap, future generations of hip-hop artists as we continue to grow and as hip-hop continues to dominate the charts and be one of the most successful genres in the entire world. So what do you guys think? Did it go too far? Did it not go far enough? No matter what the opinions are going to be inevitably on this, you can't deny the historic moment that we all got to witness, the superstar power that was on that stage last night that took over. You had huge storylines going into it in terms of the game itself. The come-up story of Joe Burrow, of Jamar Chase. the redemption arc of Odell Beckham Jr., of Matthew Stafford. But in the middle of it all was this huge, momentous halftime show, holding it down right there at SoFi in Compton. The West Coast was alive and well, but not only the West Coast, the East Coast as well. Michigan, Detroit, holding it down. I mean, hip-hop just took over every geographical region last night and touched lives around the world. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show and were singing along as much as I was doing a little bit earlier today.